Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Sunday evening frequency meditation. I'm over here on Pender Island. I'm closing up my place for the winter time, and it's cold. We're in the first week of December, but it's beautiful. The ocean is behind me. You can hardly see it because it has that beautiful mystique about it with the fog coming in. So we're in the beginning of December, and we know what that means. It means that we're going to start to get into the holiday season, that frenzy time, that chaotic time, that everyone is searching for peace, completion, and the story that Christmas represents. But why is it that it never really comes off that way? Usually, in my experience, observations is that usually there's a lot of anxiety, chaos, conflict, people overspend, anything but what the true meaning of the holiday season, when it was brought in way back then, and more importantly, the true consciousness behind this holiday season, what actually happened, and how did we get so off from what the real meaning is all about? Well, as we know, the whole season is about this one guy named Jesus. Now, we're not going to tune into Jesus, but we can go into the consciousness that created this amazing manifestation so that we could experience the truth in density. We can go into that frequency and we can bring it back into what is happening today and see the disharmony. Is that, we humans, we're searching, we're creating a story so we can get that feeling, that completion, that love, everything that we've been searching for. But we're trying to create a story that is not in harmony with the real truth, the way that we are creating ourselves here 365 days a year. So let's come into a meditation. Let's bring back the truth of what Christmas is about, the birth of the man who represented divinity, all of these abilities and energies that we also can tune into, we can reach as well. And let's just come back to the meaning. So no matter what's going on out there, and that's why I'm doing it the first week of December, so no matter what's going on out there to the build-up, we are centered. We're grounded. We know what the truth is, and we celebrate that truth. And that's what we can bring our light out to the others, to bring in that harmony and that stillness, which is really what the intention was, a stillness to humanity of the light that is on offer for all of us. So with that, kick back, and in a couple of weeks from now, I'll be in Rio for 2 months. So we'll be doing the Sunday meditations from there, much warmer climate there. And with that, have a great, great week. So as we just get settled here in our body right now, noticing ourselves in our body, noticing your ribs, how the ribs wrap around your heart, your lungs, creating that perfect environment to support your organs, protect your organs, all centered. So as we take a deep breath in, breathing in through our nose, a deep breath, and holding that breath, and then through the mouth, releasing. And again, noticing your ribs, noticing your organs centered, you centered in your organs, and just bringing in this present moment right now, this stillness that could only be found in the present moment. How do we embrace this stillness amid these frequencies that are so strong in the holiday season? How do we maintain our inner peace and grounding as the world around us accelerates with holiday festivities and obligations, creating realities in the mind? of the taking a breath in, coming centered, and creating these realities, these stories that are not authentic and aligned with the rest of the time of the year. So adding something sweet on top of something that maybe all the ingredients are not the best. So thinking if we add something on top of it, it will camouflage. But just like if you bake a cake, if one of those ingredients is not what the recipe contains, then it really doesn't matter how sweet that icing we put on top of it. The outcome is not going to be to the very best. So as we take a breath in, we notice the fiesta seasons, the Christmas seasons, the cheer, the parties, the commercialism, the yearning to create that reality that is being manufactured for us in this short period of the year. Noticing the center of your rib area. Noticing the skin around your body that separates you from your environment, where the skin stops, very distinct, different environment. As we focus on our inner environment and our body centered within our ribs, we become aware of our authentic story that we are, the people in our lives, the activities we do, our thought processes. And if we don't like what we're becoming aware of, then we ask our higher self to show us, how can I be more centered and release the filters, the fabrications that are not part of my authentic self, and as a result, the authentic life I'm choosing to create as we breathe in. And we center ourselves and we become the true story of who we are and the environment around us. And we stay centered in these times with family, work, co-workers, being in the shops, preparing, creating. But we create it with a true currency, one that is centered within And we just, as we take a breath in, and we're again centered here, and we notice the parameters of our body where the skin stops and that other environment begins. We zoom out of this mass consciousness society the commercial holidays that has been created and what that really truly represents and how it's been distorted over the years, the message. And we zoom out so we can see the frequencies, the pattern of this attempt to put that sweet icing on a cake that will never support the fantasy that's trying to be created. Just like how Christmas will never support the truth of our lives. And since there isn't that congruency, we're not in the present moment. We're searching, constantly searching for that solution. And usually these seasons are filled with conflict, dismay, anxiety, separateness. It never scratches that spot that we're all seeking. So as we take a deep breath in, and as we can zoom out and see the frequencies that are creating these movements in this time of year, we can stay centered. We can be authentic in who we are. We don't get pulled off our mark by our surroundings, by the frenzy, by the falseness of it all. We can observe the overstimulation. And we find joy in the simplicity, really aligning with the reflective spirit of Christmas, this time of year. And we can go deeper in what this means with the character that has been created around Jesus. We can tune in to this lead character, not the man himself, but the consciousness that created Jesus. And we can receive. It comes to us as knowledge. We can receive the significance of this birth. This birth in consciousness of bringing in physical form the truth for humanity to receive. And although back then Our friend Jesus was like, you guys aren't ready, I'm out of here. As we breathe in, we have moved. We have tuned into a finer consciousness since those times. There's people around us, as Jesus said, you'll do much greater works than me. There are people around us right now who have passed the consciousness of even where Jesus was, because we as a whole, as a collective, have tuned in with more precision to what we truly have access for here. In this consciousness, so as we breathe in and we reflect and we receive what this spirit is about at this time of year. And through duality, we can see what's being represented. And we can choose to stay in the stillness, to stay in the present moment, to receive the awareness of what really this event is about. And to have such clarity and precision by our very stillness, we're able to influence others to come into the moment and to remove ourselves from this hysteria, this falsehood that's out there this time of year. And so we feel complete. So taking another breath in, noticing you in the center of your ribs in the center of your body. And let's expand out from where our skin stops. And about arm's length around us, this is another environment. This is where our frequencies are created. And from here, we turn inwards, and the reflection of who we are here in this 4D happens. And then if we expand out past the arm's length around, that's where we move into another space, that outer environment, the environment around us, that through our 5 physical senses we can experience, that environment that we spend almost all of our time trying to change, people, places, things. Well, that environment is outside of where our frequencies are created, generated. And that environment is a consequence of the frequency signature that is activated. So as we breathe in, we focus on this inner environment where our frequencies are, bringing awareness of what does not serve us, bringing us awareness of what we can bring in to help us. And by doing this here, our environment naturally changes, the world outside naturally changes to accommodate these frequencies. So we don't have to try and fix something that's already been fixed. It's very hard doing that. A much more precise tool is to edit at your frequency signature and let your world around you reflect that, and let your body and the persona you have activated be a reflection of this. So as we take a deep breath in, we bring this purity The purity that the man Jesus was offering the world at the time. This purity that we all have access to. We wrap ourselves around these frequencies. So the build-up to that big day on the 25th is one of fulfillment, expansion, true inner excitement, the excitement of being able to connect, tune in to the true meaning of what Christmas is about. So we start now, the beginning of December, so we can experience this year, 2024, complete. And letting us start 2025 free of the distortions from the past. And listening to any sounds around you, noticing the sounds, and then noticing your right shoulder. The smells in the air, where are those smells coming from? And then noticing the back of your neck. The taste in your mouth. And then noticing your spine within your body. And what is touching your skin right now? What is supporting you? Is it the sofa, the floor? Noticing the material. And then noticing your belly button, you in your belly button. And then opening your eyes and looking at an object, noticing that object, and then you, your entire body, and you in your entire body. This is called spatial referencing, and will bring you back into your body in the present moment. That's where we have the clearest connection with our higher self, with less filters. I recommend practicing it in language. The more we practice, the more fluent we get. The more fluent we get, the more we get to apply it to our daily lives with efficiency. And with that, I'll see you all next Sunday. In 2 weeks, I'll be in Rio for a couple months, so we'll be doing the Sunday meditations from there. And I hope you all have an amazing week.